Hello everyone and welcome to a quick tech minute. This is going to be a new YouTube channel that I'm designing and making. I'm trying to change the background a little bit, make it a little bit more professional. I want to do a few different things to kind of make it look a little more professional, but I want to start out just a little bit smaller and just see where it goes. If it doesn't go anywhere, then I'm not going to put more money into it. If it does go somewhere, then I'm going to take more time and effort in the videos, into the setting, making it look a bit more professional, and I realize I'm looking over there because I want to make sure it looks good. So, let's stop doing it. Today I'm going to be doing a little review of the Chromecast audio. I picked this up basically the day it came out. I wanted to see what it was like because I have the gramophone, and that unit works fairly well, but it is limited to basically Spotify and maybe a few other apps that I don't use. The Spotify feature works fantastic. You can use it on a computer. You don't even have to have your phone on Wi-Fi to do it. It's just, as long as your gramophone is connected to Wi-Fi, you're good to go. Now, I've also checked the price recently, and it's $70 compared to the Chromecast audio, which is $35, which is a bit of a difference in price depending on what you're going for. Now, I've tried the Chromecast audio to see if I could connect to it if I wasn't connected to Wi-Fi on my phone after I set it up, and it does not work. It does not show up. If my phone is not connected to it, it will not show up on the computer or on my phone. This is a little unfortunate. Kind of the features that it kind of goes over that explains that as long as you're on the Wi-Fi, you can connect to Pandora, play music, radio, which is RDIO, not quite sure what that is, NPR1, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn. And it's kind of disappointing to put Spotify in here because that was probably the biggest reason I purchased it, was so if it worked like that. But unfortunately it doesn't. But anything with a cast button should be able to cast audio. The Chrome streaming thing works a little differently than I thought it would. I thought I might be, like, from what I read, it was like, oh, you can stream whatever audio you want. It's actually just individual tabs, and you have to switch whatever tab you're listening to get that audio. So it's like web streaming stuff, maybe if you want to use Shoutcast online, that kind of thing. Otherwise, you cannot stream to it. It has to be only in the Chrome browser, which is very unfortunate for me. It does come in this fancy little box here. I mean, it's kind of small. I don't know what I was expecting, really, but I kind of thought that the regular Chromecast seemed to have a little bit nicer box to it. This box is kind of just a white, bland box here. And then once you open it up, it kind of says, this is how to get started. It's very easy. Step 1, plug it into power in the speaker. Whoa, amazing. Then it kind of breaks it down and it says what you need to do there. Then you switch the speaker, obviously, to the input of this. Then you set it up using Chromecast.com/setup. But it was all very simple. I actually used the app on my phone. I had to update the app because I haven't used it in a while. I'm using an Amazon Fire Stick instead of the Chromecast devices. They just seem to work better, and I love the fact that I have the remote, which is simply amazing. Chromecast doesn't have a remote. I realize you're supposed to use your phone for it, but it's just a lot easier if I can just use the remote. The front of it, I don't know if this is like a fancy recycled material or what, but you got this. And then there seems to be that. I'm guessing that holds the device in a little bit better. And then I'm guessing this is a very strange colored 3.5mm cable. It's like a greenish, yellow, neon kind of thing. It's short, but I think it gets the job done because you're going to have your little Chromecast audio device here right next to the device you're streaming it to. So it does have a couple inputs here. It's got a button which I believe changes it to the next track and pauses whatever you're listening to. At least that's what it did for me. They might change functionality, and I can't say everything that it might not or might do. It does have the micro USB port. And then on the front, I was a little perplexed as to what it actually did. Because when I first turned it on, there was a red light in there, and I was like, oh, that's a little weird. So it does take the TOS link, I believe that's what you call it. If I'm wrong, I'm completely sorry, and the 3.5mm cable. They both go in the same spot, but the only cable that is included, again, is just a 3.5mm cable. And that's about it. I mean, it's really tiny. It's way smaller than the gramophone, which is really nice, because then you could just hide it right behind something. And the other thing that I noticed is that instead of the gramophone having that nice little power brick, it does just use the USB cable, which is fantastic. This is what it comes with. And I know a lot of radios now actually have USB ports in them, and so far the ones I've tested actually power the Chromecast audio device, which is simply amazing, because then you don't need to use the fancy little power brick that it comes with as well, which is just a USB power supply, which is rated at, let's see if it says, that's the real question here, it is rated at 0.25 amps, which seems to be a generous, no, I'm sorry, 1 amp, not 0.25, my bad, I was reading the wrong spot. But yeah, otherwise, anything else in the box is not much. It's very simple. I believe that's kind of the point of the Chromecast devices, to keep it simple. Like the Chromecast audio, I think I'm going to be a little bit happier than the Chromecast itself. The only strange part is it costs the same price as Chromecast does. I've got a Chromecast actually cheaper for like 20 bucks on sale. That's the only time I've ever got my Chromecasts. And they seem relatively simple. I'm hoping maybe it'll go down in price compared to the Chromecast, because I'm not sure if you want a video playing device to go with the same thing as that. My phone just went off, and I apologize for that. Next time I will not have that happen. But yeah, there's just a fancy little design on the Chromecast here. Oh, Chromecast audio, I'm sorry. And that's about it. I mean, there's not much to it. Plays music. Oh, I did forget to mention there's a little LED light right here. It changes different colors depending on what it's doing. If it's playing, it's green. And it might be blinking, if it's paused, and that kind of stuff. But other than that, I think it works fairly well. I don't think there's anything else I really need to mention. It did say something about controlling the volume when I was in like Spotify and stuff, but I tried changing the volume when I was playing Spotify, and it didn't seem to do anything. Like, I know with the gramophone you can still change the volume with it, but it did not seem to do anything when I tried it. So I'm not quite sure if that's a feature that's missing right now, or it's just not working. But yeah, and it also kind of mentions a little bit of the specifications of it, that it is a 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi radio, which can be fantastic for people with the 5 gigahertz networks, which is definitely a growing thing with how saturated 2.4 gigahertz is getting. I'm sorry, optical link, that's what I was thinking about before. It says optical and RCA, but only 3.5 millimeter cable is included. Alright, and thank you for watching a quick tech minute. I will hopefully be back soon with another device review, or maybe some more news. I realize I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to focus on with this channel. If I'm going to be doing news, if I'm going to do any reviews, maybe I'll just do a mix of everything. Just let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and maybe some things I can change, some things I can help. I definitely know looking at the screen is probably not the best idea when I'm trying to talk to you. So if there's anything else you want to let me know, or ideas or tips or getting started for me, I would love to hear them. But thank you for watching. You have a great day.